Welcome to the Unique Voices Club, where we share artists not commonly heard in mainstream music as a way to educate and empower people in the field whose voices do not fit into a mainstream box, or if you're just looking for new artists that you've never heard of that you can then support and get behind because you're sick of mainstream pop. In case you have no idea who I am, my name is Alexia Rowe. I am a playwright, singer, songwriter, and musician, all about jazz, and I'm also your host. Don't forget to like, save this video, share it. Also follow me on social media. That way you get little tips from my little neck of the woods as a self-produced playwright, and also so you can see what I'm up to as well outside of this show. Right, so this week's artist is Aisha Badru, who is a native of New York, actually, and has traveled around the world, including Peru, where she did a ayahuasca retreat. Basically, it kind of reminds me of Coco Rosie in a way. Where it was like every single hippie stereotype of Burning Man, they lived it out. But she traveled to India, was on a quest of spirituality and also figuring out where home is, and she moved to Florida in order to achieve that quest. Anyway, her music falls under the realm of soulful folk pop, and according to Genius, Dad is from Nigeria. He moved here to be a professor, and he's since moved back to Nigeria. She started off as a writer, writing literature and that sort of stuff, and then started singing and playing guitar during high school. And she worked in a bookstore to finance recording her music. I mean, working in a bookstore might be able to afford a studio session, but it's not going to be able to afford rent anymore. But an auto company found her song Waiting Around and decided to use it in an ad in 2016, and that just blew up overseas as well. One magazine describes her as kind of a more raspy, soulful Edith Piaf, and definitely you can hear the jazz influences in her voice. I mean, both she plays guitar, so I'm gonna play some of her songs and listen, interact, and give commentary, and you will do that along with me and be inspired to follow her too. So this is Bridges, and it's live by Network Music, her label, which is an indie label. I think Carol Addis also belongs to it. I wrote about her a bit too.
We were worlds apart, so I fell from the stars. I traveled long and I traveled far. Then deep in the dark, I followed a spark and it led straight to your heart. There'll be oceans for us to tread, there'll be bridges for us to mend, but I'll stick through it, oh I swear. There'll be mountains for us to climb, there'll be days when the sun won't shine, but I'll stick to it, oh I swear.
Gonna stop there. So this is a message of inspiration for any artist of color that are watching this, especially Black ones that grew up in church. Well, gospel churches among big gospel voices. Or didn't is what I mean. So their voice isn't necessarily okay, is my voice supposed to be super big and whatnot? You're as an artist that doesn't fall under that category. And even Halsey also has that kind of raspy thing going on with her voice, but it's a lot more subtle. But Aisha's, I think, has a lot more air. And she also reminds me of Grace Vanderwaal when she was 12 on America's Got Talent. Her voice was also super unpolished and super raspy, and she just sang it however she felt. You can hear it in her earlier songs much more so than her latest ones. Now she's like older and has some more polish to her voice. So if a young person is reading this, be like Grace Vanderwaal and also Aisha Badru, who decided that they were going to sing however they wanted to sing without having to sound super mainstream. And yeah, let's find another song. So Side of the Moon is very, very recent. It's from 2024. So I'm gonna play a little bit. I like this arrangement.
Just took off for a trip across the galaxy. Right now I wish that you could see the lights from here. It is all so clear. Saw your name written on the side of the moon. It's almost like somebody made this place for you.
I love unique voices so much.
Like it's all for you, and you are here. Here you have a purpose, and your heart is hurting, but it will be worth it. And the tide is rising, it's pulling you under. Once it subsides, it will make you stronger.
That's all I'll play from that. Oh my gosh. I love her voice so much. Kind of also even Vagabond's early folky stuff from I covered her a couple months ago as well the folk, but she's a way deeper voice. But oh my gosh. I love unique voices. Let me find something very, very, very old. So Navy Blues, which is one of her songs, and she's performing it with Soulful Sounds in New York City. This is from 2014, so let's listen to a little bit of it.
You kicked me down, I got back up now. These scars were fading. You came around just to mess up now. I see right through your game, your pretentious love brigade. You always came in the night. I didn't realize you had your armor on. You had your armor on. I had none. But when you came with the light, you were just in time. I had no one. Like a rolled window shut, you were the only one. You had nothing to lose and something to prove. Shook me till I was navy blue. Soon as I shined, you unveiled your disguise. Now I'm here left in navy blue.
Yeah, the way she's like performing kind of reminds me of Alanis Morissette. You watch some of her videos performing, it's like, especially in the music video for Ironic, it's just like, let me do an example. Thank you, disillusion man. Something like that. Obviously I can sing better than that, but just to show you an example. I love doing this. So if you support the movement that we are doing, firstly subscribe to the Firebird blog, which is linked in my description. That way you will get access to the forum where we share other unique voices that we just happen to discover along the way with other people in the group. And if I decide to use it, I probably will, because it's one thing just for me to find a voice. It's another thing for someone else to be like, oh, hi, have you heard of this? So if I use your artist, I will shout you out. And also, once you actually subscribe, you'll get a little shirt that says Unique Voices Club across the front, and it says educator at the back. That way you're walking around and you get to advertise the movement as you go about your day. Yeah. So if you love Aisha Badru and this little snippet that I've given you has motivated you to want to go follow what she's up to, go follow her wherever you listen to music. Follow her on Instagram. That way you know if she's like touring and where she's gonna tour if it's near you. and go show her some love. And yeah, friendly reminder to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video so that the movement reaches your inner circle and gets reach far and wide. Yeah, so my name's Alexia Rowe, this is the Unique Voices Club, and that is all for this week, and I will see you in 2 weeks unless you decide to go catch up on the old episodes and old Unique Voices Club posts. Then I will see you fairly soon. Thank you and have a great day.